This is your man, DJ Caveman. We back again, on a little hiatus. DJ IronMonkey in the building as always for another
Wow.
episode of DJ and IronMonkey talking that shit, where we bring you you know, the distinct view of a couple of 40-something ass dudes, in the way that we see the shit that goes on in the world. The sunglasses is on, so you already know what kind of time it's on. The boy had a day off today, so I didn't have to go to the ballet. And went to breakfast and had a couple of drinks at breakfast, and that spilled into a couple drinks somewhere else, and that spilled into a couple drinks somewhere else, which eventually led to a nap, which is why we're starting a little bit late today, because your boy had to take a nap. Well, I didn't have to take the nap. My body was like, sleep. And so
you're 40, you need a nap.
Because I'm 40 something and I need a nap. You know what I mean? You might have noticed we've been gone for the last month or so. And that's because we was out here running these streets, celebrating birthdays and all of that. And
yeah, man.
But now we back. We back on the scene, you know what I'm saying? And man, what'd you do for the last month besides birthdays, man? What else is happening over there? We gotta catch the people up on this zone, you know what I mean?
I can't really say nothing really, but no, other than getting on the other side of 40, the back nine, as they like to say, now that I'm on the back nine of my 40s right now, starting to reclaim some of my joys, like cooking. What I cooked last week, I made something simple, but today I decided to branch out some more and make some Indian food. So I made some chicken saag, some coconut rice, and I tried to make naan for the second time. Not happening, but I'll get better.
Your naan was like naan.
Nah, son. So, but been baking some more, so I've been perfecting my lemon sugar cookie. Made some today. It didn't come out as good as the previous time, but I actually bought some shortening, so the next time I make it, I'm gonna actually make it with shortening rather than the sweet cream butter. But other than that, shout out to my daughter down in DC doing her thing, spreading her wings, trying to get another song out. Shout out to my other daughter in Florida, doing the weightlifting things. They made it out to state regionals, but I don't think they made it that far. But she held it down. She ended up getting bronze in her weight class. And then shout out to my son, who's constantly sunning it. So it's one of them things where the Lord is teaching me patience and understanding and forgiveness and grace. So other than that, the family's doing well. Shout out to my sister and my brother. But other than that, like, just trying to, get my health together. Seeing that a couple of weeks ago, my cat cut in front of me and I kind of tripped and twisted my knee and I fell through my coffee table, breaking it with my elbows.
Damn.
But yeah. And ironically, the only thing that happened was that I ended up getting like a cut on my elbow and a little scratch on my face. But other than that, like falling through all that glass and just that coming out and with a twisted knee, that's now starting to get better. And, all things considered, I'm alright. But fuck that pussy.
Blink twice if we need to send somebody to come and save you, dog. Because apparently you're being abused in your household. You're trying to blame it on Patches. Whoever she is, man, just tell her that we're gonna send the authorities.
Patches is just a disgruntled employee. Like they want appreciation that I'm not willing to show. Like I'll be sitting down on the couch watching like basketball or TV, and you've seen it. My cat gets very aggressive. Like she'll put her hand underneath my arm and like push up against me. I'm like, move, man. Because I deal with a lot of people that are allergic to cats, so I try not to get too much cat hair on me. So like, no, yeah, you're an employee of the house. You expect your boss to be hugging and kissing you, and you to rub up on your boss? No, that's the kind of
Yeah,
shit that gets you reported to HR.
well, depends on the
You
boss,
know,
I guess. Um,
yeah,
you
that
know, we
too.
already know about workplace romance. You know, shout out to Patches. She is kind of rapey sometimes. Uh,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can't make the mistake of petting Patches because then Patches is like, you know,
I tell everybody, don't get too friendly with the cat because the cat is going to get aggressive. And it got to the point where, like, yeah, one time I was like being nice to the cat. All of a sudden, this fucking pussy wants to try to bite me now. I'm like, nah, man, you're taking this shit too far now. Like, move from me. Like, no. So people are like, no, no, it's cool. I like cats. Yeah, nah, don't do that because patches will make me look bad. You know,
yeah,
pushing up on you like you get no affection from me. But that's why my nephew's here.
yeah.
My daughter from Florida came up and she spent some time with her. But other than that, nope, not me. I'm not the one.
Yeah, Dog, you're the only dude I've ever met who has like pets, and you love your pets, but you don't give them no real affection. You know what I mean? It's like you're like a stern father. Your
Yeah,
pets, you don't tell them like you just want to hear you
yeah,
say we love. They just want you to tell them that you love them, man. You
I
know?
do. I buy them treats.
No,
You
no, they got
know.
they gotta they gotta hear it, man. You can't just throw money at the situation. You gotta love your
Um.
children, all of them, even Patches. You know, shout out to
Yeah.
TJ in the building, in the chat, TJ Source. You know what I mean?
Here.
The music is incredible. You know what I mean? Go check them out on all the social medias,
Platforms.
all the social
Yeah.
media platforms. You know what I
You know.
mean?
You know what too? Because we're about love and spreading love. Shout out to them and their podcast that they do over there too with homie Charles Brown.
Oh yeah, it's a good product, man. I think they're on Wednesdays. I think they're on Wednesdays.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I peep it every now and then, but I have so much shit going on. I get notifications and stuff like that, so I end up having to bow out of the podcast every now and then. But it's a good watch.
Yeah, no, it is. It definitely is. I definitely catch the clips and shit. Shout out to Corleone
Yeah.
Clothing. Corleone Clothing. You know what I mean? I got get
Yeah.
some gear. You know what I mean? That's the free promotion, TJ, for you, baby.
Yeah,
Um,
the homie Royal Roy,
yeah, boy, king of the mixtapes back in the day.
Woo,
You know,
kid.
you didn't have you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that he's back on the scene again, doing his thing. Because people forget that back in the day that he was one of the top dogs out here. If not the top dog. Especially with the blends. I'm not a blend DJ, but I appreciate the art for what it is, and he's one of them top dogs out there
Yo, I want
from
to
a
be a
long
I
time
want to
ago.
be a blend DJ, but I never really had enough acapellas, or I didn't have the right. I never had the right instrumentals. But now I got
Well,
all that
not
shit. Technology give
yeah,
you all that shit now, boy. I might
yeah.
have
Now
to.
that I see that Serato Pro got the stems, like you could stem it out, and I'm
Oh
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't I
yeah.
haven't I haven't got to that point with stemming out my songs, but
Virtual got
I'll
the
get there.
stems. Virtual got the stems too. Like I think it's like the new wave because everybody want to remix and shit and do the blends. Shout out to
Yep.
the Blanket Padres and Lady Ruck with the blend battle every
Yes.
year. You know, one year
Oh yes.
I'm gonna roll up and win that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Oh, I watched the competition, man. Yo, that competition be stiff as fuck.
Oh, for
Motherfuckers
sure.
from Baltimore, Connecticut, New York.
But before I
Like,
go, I'm gonna be in my room like old boy and Juice and working on my
Q.
shit. Yeah, like Q and Juice will be working on my blends, and I'm gonna just show up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And win that bitch. Newcomer of the
ha-
year.
Hands down, that is still the best DJ scene ever. Like in a movie. Like, I don't know who could show me like a better movie that has a scene with DJing. Hands down, that one is the best
Yeah, yeah.
for
The
me.
DJ battle at the end is dope.
Oh
Um,
hell yeah. Oh, speaking of juice, shout out to the new radio station out here in Rhode Island. It started up in February. Juice 93.7. With
shout out.
Lady Ruck and Ruckus and them. First officially black owned radio station here in Rhode Island. Even though like BRU, it was more of the college thing. but they're the official black owned. Seeing that Kicks 106 or Hot 106 end up changing formats. They were never really black owned, but they were the urban
They were the urban
station
station. They were the urban
with
station.
heavy quotes. Like they were stuck in the top 40 thing, and that shit got played out after a while. But it is what it is. But to you now, man. Yo, happy belated birthday. How was your little time off?
Hey man, look, it was smooth, man. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm on the. I can start to be like, I'm almost 50, as my mother reminded me on my birthday, because she's a diabolical, ruthless assassin sometimes with the. Nah, I love
Well,
my mom. I love my
she's
mom,
aging
but
herself too. She's
yeah,
aging
yeah,
herself
yeah.
too. So,
And she called me a blizzard baby, which is
uh,
factual, but they had that shit on the news. As soon as I woke up, hey, the blizzard of '78 was 47 years ago. And then
oh,
I see my mom, and she's like, the blizzard was 47 years ago. You're almost 50 now. I was gonna buy you some stuff, but then I realized that you were almost 50. So she gave me money instead, because I like money.
mm.
So shout out to moms for making me feel old without making herself feel old somehow. Uh, but
Yeah. Shout out to your moms, man.
shout out to everybody who came and celebrated the birthday with me and shit. We've been doing birthdays all month. You at the top of the
Mm,
month, I'm at the end of the month, everywhere in between. Birthday.
mm,
Shout out to John Lopez, another birthday. You know what I'm saying? My cousin,
mm.
all my nephews. Everybody had a birthday in February. So, um,
Yeah. Shout out to
see,
the old connect, Mark.
Mark,
Mark
yeah,
used
man.
Mark used to be my old connect back when you needed a card to go to the dispensary. Yeah, Mark is dude.
But yeah, man, we went to what did we do? We went to Hibachi. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We brought back the Hibachi night situation, and that was smooth. And went to go see Nikki Glazer, dog. You know what I mean? Had the nice seats for Nikki Glazer. Super dope show. She's super funny. Um,
Mm.
but randomly, I posted some shit. You know what I mean? They was real strict on the cameras and the focus of the cameras and shit. Like they had like little
Mm.
security, and if you whipped out your camera, they was on you like, "Yo, put the camera down."
Mm-hmm.
So I was careful not to take my camera off, but when I first sat down, I took a picture and I wrote, you know what I mean? All right, Nikki Glazer, be funny. And
Mm.
she was super funny, but then I found out yesterday that she actually commented on the post. So shout out to
Which
Nikki.
one? Yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was like, yeah, thanks for coming to the show type shit. And I was like, oh shit. So shout out to Nikki
Nice.
Glazer or Nikki Glazer's social media team for taking the time to message back. You know, she was super funny though. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just like, sometimes I feel like comedians they ride that wave.
Mm.
And although she did do like a roast of Boston, it wasn't her whole set. Like she didn't like
Mm.
try to like just feast off the roast. Um,
Mm.
she actually did like real jokes, and she kept it like true to form and shit. And
Nice.
she was looking pretty good too. You know what I mean? Like up close. Some of these stars don't be looking as good in person as they do on TV. Um, but
Makeup makes a world of a difference, man.
for sure, she's aging well.
Mm.
And I had like fifth
Oh,
row seats.
I told you how I saw Bob Costas in New York like a couple of years ago, and he looked dusted. Like, I swear, like some of these people off camera, they look like no lie, the Crypt Keeper, or like a
Yo,
son or daughter of the Crypt Keeper, because he was looking dusted. He looked like he didn't take like his Dick Clark pills to keep him young, because it's like proactive. As soon as you miss one, it doubles back. So you're way worse than when you started. But oh my goodness. Like I
yeah,
saw him and I just gave him a head nod because he was outside eating dinner with his family. So I just gave him a little head nod because I didn't want to go, hey, Bob Costas. And then all of a sudden everybody starts rushing him. So when you're around famous people quite a bit, you know not to call too much attention to them.
Bob Costas is a real deal legend, though. You know what I mean? And
Oh, yes.
but he's also like, I feel like Bob Costas is like 500 years old, and he just
Mm.
Like I feel like he's been around forever. Like I feel like he's been on TV as long as I've been alive. And he's
Oh
not that
yeah.
much. He's not that. He's only like in his like early 60s. So like
Mm.
you know, but he's a
Early
legend.
60s? You think so?
I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like Bob Costas in his early 60s. Like not early, but like mid. He's the same age as like our parents type shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
I remember when he had that that pink eye during the Olympics.
Yeah.
People was like, "Yo, you know, he was on some funny time." And this is before Diddy, so he could have been on that kind of time. Nobody knows. It's Bob Costas. He's
Yo,
earned it, I guess. I guess.
shout out to Bob Costas, one of the greatest storytellers in sports history.
Oh
Uh,
yes.
you know, back to bowling. I slipped and hurt my wrist.
Oh,
That
oh
fucked up the
shit.
bowling. That also happened in February. You know,
Mm.
try not to fall down at work, but I slipped on some ice because we had a little bit of snow. And you know, shout out to my job for being whack and writing me up for that shit. But you know, we working through it. Um, you know, but also shout out to roller skating. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been on my roller skating shit. You know,
Mm.
about to order some skates. You know, I'm about to be like roll bounce
Really?
within this motherfucker. Yeah, man. Because here's the deal. I don't know how you feel about it, but I hate putting my feet in rental shoes or rental skates in busy places. I mean, you worked at the bowling alley for a little bit of time back in the day. You know how
Yeah.
many like, and I got like a regular size foot. Like I don't have like an abnormally small foot, and I don't have like a size 14, 15 shoe. I mean, I'm in the normal foot size range for a dude. Like I'm in the 10 and a half. You know what I mean? And then in a skates don't come in a half. Skates only come in
Yeah.
like full sizes, right? So I'm rocking a size 10 skate. That's everybody, dog.
Yeah. And
Those are the shoes that run out during the Jordan launches. You know what I mean? You gotta
yeah. And I'm 9.5, 10. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, you can't never get the Jordans, even if you first in line. The dudes in the store got the 10s and the 11s already pushed to the side. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You gotta have those giant feet or those little feet to get the Jordan drops.
I never understood people that went to the bowling alley
Uh-oh.
putting your feet raw dog into the shit like this, man. Like,
Those
come
are
on now.
yeah, first of
Even if they sprayed it down, now you got raw ass chemicals on your toes. Like, come on, man. Have some self respect.
yeah. Those are the same people who be raw dogging airport floors.
Yeah,
You know, they're not concerned.
yeah.
They're not concerned with the germs, yo. Like,
And it's not just men, it's women. Because I've seen women do it.
oh, they show up in the
I've seen women do
Birkenstocks.
it.
They show up in the Birkenstocks and
Yeah,
just slide this shit right up in the.
yeah. Those are the type of people that be taking their shoes off in the club and be walking around in wet shit. I try my best to clean up the wet shit, but sometimes it just gets way too outrageous, and I'm like, nah, fuck that. Y'all gonna be splish splashing all night. Like I'm tired of this. But
I
I be seeing chicks take their shoes off. They're like no socks, walking in the shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's because they
But
don't wear the proper shoes for dancing. You know, sometimes the ladies they choose fashion.
mm,
There's a comedian, and I can't remember his name, so I don't want to fuck it up. So there's a
mm.
comedian that has a little bit about like women only dressing for the first like 6 minutes of an event for photos, and
Oh yeah,
then the rest of the night they just complaining about how their feet hurt and shit. And then, but some of these women take their shoes off and start raw dogging the club floors, which is just as bad
oh,
as raw dogging the airport floor, but wet,
if not worse.
if not worse. But give us the inside scoop on the bowling shoe situation, dog. Like if you had to estimate how many people put their feet in a bowling in like a size 10 and a half bowling shoe in a week,
In a week, yeah.
how many 10 and a half shoes are you spraying out?
Well, seeing that they had the Cosmic Bowl on like Friday nights, and it was like a date night, so a lot of people would show up, or a lot of corporate events or work events. I would say at least 100 people, at least,
Yo,
and that's a conservative estimate because league bowlers bring their own shit. You
yeah,
know that
yeah, yeah,
already.
for sure.
And they complain about everything. Like Like I used to be the pin setter mechanic, so I used to have to oil the lanes. I used to try to get there extra early, oil the lanes, so that way these motherfuckers don't see me. I'm always in the back. I don't come out for nothing. Like before league bowls, make sure I go to the bathroom, get whatever I need to eat and drink, and just sit in the back with my little black and white TV. But other than that, nah, these motherfuckers complain about everything.
Because it's the lanes that make you bad at bowling, son. It's not you being terrible at bowling or not throwing the right ball or not making the right adjustment.
Or somebody else's fault.
It's the lane man or the dude next to you that moved while you was moving. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Three lanes down. Listen, as an avid bowler, I may or may not have used all of those excuses. Because you never want to say it's you right away. Man, the oil. They must have changed the oil. Or this pattern is long. They must have changed it. They must have left the old pattern on, or they didn't even oil these lanes today. Man, fucking lane man ain't shit. And don't let the lanes break down. God damn it, fucking they don't never fix shit around here.
Well, that's how I ended up getting hurt. I had to fix what's called a shotgun latch. The thing that rotates. The machine. So as it rotates, the shotgun latch it rotates, but what it was is like a knee. It bends a certain way, but it was popped the other way, so I had to pop it back out. Did all my security checks. Drunk ass motherfucker threw a ball, hit the thing, the guardrail, and it triggered. And my hand got caught in the machine. Mind you, it was half league bowl and half rec bowl. So when I got hurt, I had to stay in the back. I'm yelling and screaming. I called up front. I'm like, yo, I'm hurt. I gotta leave. They're like, oh, league bowl is another half hour. I'm like, fuck them. I gotta go. Right. Nah, and even with that, I swear the motherfuckers is trying to say that I messed up the lane. I'm like, nah, I didn't do shit. I did everything I was supposed to do. But them league bowlers, they're war veterans, and you can't really say shit to them. Like, you can, but it's really not worth it.
No, because some of them think that they're pro bowlers. Some of them are good enough to be pro bowlers. Shout out to Robert Toth and all those guys, John Van Hees, that are actually like,
Van Hees,
Shout out to Van Hees, an actual pro bowler, Alex Aguiar, you know what I mean? There's some guys, but then there's some guys that think that they're pro bowlers and they're not. And those are the guys that seem to complain the most about the lanes. But just go bowl and have a good ass time, we gotta get Van Hees on the show again. I seen him the other day. He said he's gonna come on. You know what I mean? He's out there doing the damn thing. Shout out to John Van Hees, pro bowling champion extraordinary. Yeah. I almost beat him once. At least he let me think I was about to beat him for about 6 frames. And then he turned on the juice. And
I was done by the second frame.
I didn't tell people I was hanging with him until about frame 7. And then I made an error and didn't throw a strike. And he didn't not throw a strike. I feel like what was that movie, Great White Height, where Damon Wayans gets punched by the white dude and then just beats him up and shit. I felt like that's what John did to me. He was like, "Oh, this dude's actually really trying to beat me," and then he didn't miss again.
He was playing that rope-a-dope with you.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
I talked a little trash, and then he calibrated and turned into a motherfucking robot. And but yeah, shout out to John.
A little bit. You was talking a lot of shit that day.
I was talking heavy. Come on, man. You know that a lot of shit for me is like a little shit for me is heavy duty shit talk. I'm
a lot of people.
I'm a real shit talker, dog. I talk all the shit. I talk when I'm losing. I talk more when I'm winning. I'm that guy.
See, I talk to myself, but the way I talk to myself, I talk out loud. I'm like, yo, how you letting this motherfucker take advantage of you, man? You know you're better than this motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? And they're like, wait, what'd you say? I'm like, no, I'm talking to myself. Don't worry about that. So I try not to do that too much or get competitive.
I'm James Harrison level trash talk.
Oh, yikes.
I'm John Randall level trash talk. You know what I mean? But I've been sometimes that shit don't work in your favor when you
you know what?
You vote against the champs.
The funny thing is I was telling my boy the other day about when Shannon Sharp got into that matchup that during the Super Bowl with that other dude. I can't remember his name. I actually sent him the clip too, and I still can't remember his name, but he was calling Shannon like horse face. So, so, it's ironic he plays for the Broncos. He's basically playing for the family team type shit. But nah, that dude used to talk a lot of shit. He just wasn't that good, but he just used to talk hella shit. So he just used to be on people's radar. But sometimes that's what happens. You talk on Superman's cape and you get Superman.
Facts. Hey, well, John, I want the rematch too, John. Let's get the rematch. You know what I'm saying?
You better.
He's been on a hiatus, so I think I might be able to catch him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, you better off with Charlie Ward.
Charlie, shout out to Charlie.
Reaction now.
Why you always bringing up that shit? Charlie Ward can get these buckets. Charlie Ward can get buckets. Anybody who wants some buckets, I'm about to get back. It's getting warm. I'm about to be back out on the court. You know what I'm saying? And I'm be handing out buckets to anybody that wants some buckets, because it's quiet.
I still don't understand out of everybody in this world. Charlie Ward, like Dana Barros, maybe. All right, no, actually, Dana Barros was a 3-point marksman. Wait, was you playing for the JCC that time when our head coach kept saying, "Oh yeah, Dana Barros is my boy"? I'm like, yeah, but you ain't shit.
No, I never played for the JCC team. That was the wildest shit too. Like, shout out to playing for the JCC and not being a member of the JCC basketball team and shit.
For those that don't know, it's the Jewish Community Center. We're the only team that only had 2 Jewish kids, and I think one was white. Everybody else was black.
The Jewish Community Center had an all black starting 5, and none of the dudes was actually Jewish.
No, like I was the starting point guard, but I had to go to my grandfather's funeral when they had it down in Stamford. What is it, Stamford, Connecticut?
Yeah, that's a place.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was pronouncing it right, but nah, I had to go to my grandfather's funeral for that. So like I ended up missing the championship game. I don't think we won.
I wonder if kids still sneaking into places to go like do sports. You know what I mean?
Now with all the cameras nowadays, like they probably had one camera, but the way the camera was, it was probably by the elevator. But you see, the thing was the door was here, and the elevator was right next to it, and then the camera was pointing outwards. So we would just come in and right into the elevator, and whoever went upstairs had to press it go down, and we just had to time it because we didn't have cell phones, and then we just rushed right in.
Oh, see,
I think only one person had a membership.
I never had a membership, dog, and I think I played there almost every day.
I never had a membership.
I was using the weight room and everything.
Oh yeah, even the game room. So it got to the point where we was brazen. We would just come downstairs and just hang out in the game room.
I think they really just thought that we was members because nobody ever asked us for memberships. Every once in a while, we get kicked out like once a summer, and we would just we were swimming in the pool and everything. Because I used to always
go swimming. I never went swimming.
I used to always come in through the back, by the pool and shit. But like, there was probably a couple of us that was on the swim team and everything back. Shout out to the JCC on the east side. Whoa.
You know why we got away? Because homeboy Brian was working the door.
Yeah,
and Brian will always let us like hang out and chill and shit like that. And even when some people, like some of the older folks, like you guys don't belong here, Brian will be like, "Oh, what are you trying to say?" and try to make them feel like they were racist. But it's like, yo, where 20 black dudes come from, and they're all Jewish? Like, come on now, Sammy Davis didn't have that many kids.
And we run in the court all day.
Oh yeah.
For like hours and hours. Shout out to Brian for keeping us off the streets. We could have been running the streets, but instead we was playing semi-illegal. We had illegal memberships at the JCC. So, but
I remember the time Austin Crochet came in and everybody's like, Austin Crochet. I was like, man, he ain't shit. He was like, hey, what's up? I was like, no, fuck out of here. And everybody's like, nah, you can't be talking. I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. He ain't shit."
Crochet used to hand out that work though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He ended up having a good career in Indiana. You know,
he had a decent one. He ended up having a big contract. I was like, wait, why are they giving him this big ass contract? He was barely the sixth guy. But shout out to Austin Crochet, who did have a decent NBA career compared to mine.
compared to yours.
Compared to mine, yeah.
Speaking of basketball, Stephen A. Smith and Late Flop going at it. First of all,
Oh
LeBron
boy.
James got to stop flopping, dog. Like I had, as we led up to this show, I was like, yo, I'm gonna say some nice shit about LeBron, and then he got into it with Stephen A. Smith because LeBron liked to run his mouth about Bronny being better than active NBA players and shit. And we can all see that Bronny is not better than active NBA players because he ain't get no fucking burn. And so, like, he's the 15th man on the Lakers bench. So is he better than me? Maybe. But, well, technically, yeah, because he got a contract and I don't. But my dad's also not Bron. You know what I mean? My dad don't got 50,000. Shout out to 50,000. That's just crazy.
Oh yeah, ain't nobody beating that record.
And so I'll say a nice thing about LeBron. His longevity is amazing.
Yes.
And the fact that the way that he takes care, like he looks like he takes care of his body, but like everybody who plays elite into their 40s, I think he's just now 40, right? He's not beyond 40. Either way.
No, he just turned 40 like a month or two ago.
Like a month or two ago. But I love a good sports conspiracy, especially about dudes being on the juice. This motherfucker's on the court dunking on motherfuckers like he's 21-year-old LeBron. And at 40, as a 40-year-old ex-athlete, on a college level, not a pro level, but your knees don't last that long, dog. Like Bron got the magic. He got the magic serum in his knees. I don't
Well,
know.
he invested like $1 million into his body.
Yeah, that's how he got new knees. Bron got like the cartilage and the cushion and the impact and the Duncan is not the hard part. He's 6'9". It's the landing, man. Like you got dudes like after a while, like even Vince Carter had to stop dunking. You know what I mean? This dude is dunking on people still at 40, which is amazing. Which is amazing in its own right. And if he plays, he said he wants to play another couple years. He might put that points total record out of reach, and we might have to add that to one of those unbreakable records right next to like, Ricky Henderson's steal record and Wayne Gretzky's NHL points record. Like you might have an unbreakable record, which comes with longevity.
Homeboy is about to break. Ovechkin.
He's about to break the goals record. He's not gonna. He doesn't have enough assists to break the points record.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think he's 9 points away or some shit like that.
Yeah. So shout out to Alex. But I mean, look how long Alex Ovechkin been playing hockey. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I swear he just got in the league when we first got into high school.
Yeah.
Like him and LeBron probably started around the same time.
Yeah, they both. I mean, Kobe played 20 years. There's a lot of guys that played 20 years. You know what I mean?
Kobe played 20?
Yeah, Kobe played exactly 20, I think. But these are guys that came in high school. Remember, like the NBA took away being able to come in high school. And shout out to Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett's like, yo, nobody's ever gonna break this record because nobody comes out of high school anymore. Like Bron got 2 extra years on everybody. You know what I mean? That's still playing.
And then the thing too is the playoffs. Like he's had a lot of deep playoff runs. So
you know I mean? He went to the finals like 9 straight years. That's like what is that? 8 extra games, 12 extra games. Plus
at
least every year. So I mean,
unless they went to like a game 7, but even still, that's still a lot of fucking games.
Right.
And mind you, they don't count preseason, they don't count the play-in tournament or the new age in season tournament, which I find to be weird. How you hanging banners but not keeping records? Like I don't understand that part. I don't understand.
That is kind of weird. But anyway, him and Stephen A. got into it the other day on the sideline, and
Mm.
LeBron looked like he was about to beat Stephen A.'s ass. You know, because Stephen A. also liked to pop a lot of shit. So
Yeah,
I guess
but
he was popping shit about Bronny, and LeBron took exception to it and told him to shut his fucking mouth before he gets punched in his shit.
yeah.
Uh, you
But
know,
see, that's the thing. Stephen A. doesn't really talk shit about Bronny. He's just saying that LeBron put him in an awkward position. Like, yeah, it's for Bronny to develop, just like any NBA player. Because I've said when Bronny came in the league, he's like Deuce McBride from my Knicks. He could be a very serviceable guy off the bench. But the thing is he's a bench player. But the way that because it's LeBron, it's I'm gonna go where my son is thing. So whoever drafts him, that's where I'm gonna end up. So you're manipulating the stock market in a sense. And then on top of it, it's like, all right, well, now he has to get some playing time because this is LeBron's son. Now, mind you, there's other NBA players that have done shit like that. Where I remember J.R. Smith, part of his contract with the Knicks one year was he took $2 million less so that way the Knicks could sign his brother. Cool. The brother got a chance, didn't pan out. That was $2 million basically from J.R. Smith. You know, but with Bronny, he's making a regular check. Nothing's coming out of LeBron's pocket. That. But then also because you're LeBron's son, the spotlight's on you, and everybody's gonna shoot at the son to get at the king. You know, Bronny's a solid guy. You know, he's only a rookie. Even when you think about it, 2 years ago he had the heart condition where he had to sit out a whole year. So the fact
yeah,
that he's still playing is a testament to him. And he's actually putting in the work. As the season is going on, he's become more and more aggressive, and it shows on the court. But I like JJ Redick because he's actually looking to develop him rather than just be like, all right, you're just a token player on the team. People like Scottie Pippen Jr. is putting in work, seeing that he got traded, but he's putting in work. Tim Hardaway Jr., he's still in the league.
yeah.
Gary Payton
Tim
and
Hardaway
Gary
Jr.
Payton.
doing work in the league right now.
Yeah, because then there's Gary Payton the second and Gary Payton Jr., which is weird because it's two different mothers and
Right.
both of them named Gary. One is the second, the other one is Junior. Either way.
Shout out to Gary Payton.
Yeah. So there's a lot of nepotism that goes around in the league. It's just because there's the active player, it's just different.
Yeah, no, I think Bronny's gonna be he's gonna be a very solid pro at some point. He just he gotta fall into his body. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
still young. People forget Bronny's only like 21, 22 years old. So
Is he? Oh, sure.
he only went to 1 year of college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He came out after his freshman year. So he might not even be 21 yet. I'm not gonna fact check it, but he's young. He's a kid. You don't really even get
But
into your man body until like 20. You start getting like your real man strength in your like mid-20s.
and then on top of it, he's amongst actual professional men. So
Yeah,
now, opposed to in college where basically you're just auditioning
right.
and interviewing for the job. He now has the job. So now he's actually with amongst professionals. So he sees training habits. Now, next year he's going to be a little bit stronger. Hopefully his jumper is a little bit better. But, mentally, defensively, he seems to be locked in, even though, yeah, he gets broken down every now and then. But that's the thing with defense. In the 90s and the 2000s, dudes used to get dunked on all the time because they would always try to block shots. Now it's not the same,
Right.
so, but, he mentally he's locked in, but he'll be a solid pro. I've never, shitted on him like that. I just said, for me, I could see him as like a Deuce McBride. I keep wanting to say Deuce McAllister, the running back, but
Yeah.
either way. But with Deuce McBride, he's a very solid dude. He comes off the bench, hits like 3 3-pointers, gets like 2 steals, a couple of rebounds. So he's serviceable coming off the bench. That's what you want. And as a professional, you don't really have to do much because this motherfucker's still in the league, averaging less than 2 points a game. But You know, they probably got good practice habits, showing up on time, good attitude when the coach is like, "Nah, you're not playing tonight." You know, so he could carve out a solid uh 7 year career. You know, before he wants to move on.
Oh no,
But
yeah, for sure. And I mean, but back to Stephen A. Just Stephen A. First, Brian got to be like he got to be a little bit. uh he got to have a little bit of more tougher skin, like you know what I mean, like because he kind of created this whole situation. You know,
yes,
being who he is, and you can't expect these reporters, whether they played ball or not, like their job is to, give a criticism or like their view of
yeah,
what they see on the court. And one thing about Stephen A, even though he do pop his gums a lot, you know what I mean, he's generally very like about the game. It's never
yes,
really like personal attack. The only time I ever felt he got personal was with the whole Kyrie thing. But generally,
mm,
he doesn't really make a lot of personal attacks on people
yeah,
in the game, and he's been reporting on basketball since the early '90s. So
yeah,
I mean, it's not like he hasn't seen a lot of basketball, but
mm,
I also kind of understand like Braun being like, "Yo, dude, I already asked you, but you can't ask." Like, because there's gonna be a time when he might be on the other side of that. You know what I mean? Probably not, because he's like a billionaire. He's never gonna have to like be a commentator, but you know, uh,
mm,
like it just kind of comes with the territory. Like Bronny gotta be better, and it's okay for me as a commentator to be like, "Yo, he gotta be better." Right now, he's playing like a fucking bum. Now,
mm,
maybe I don't use fucking bum, but I'm gonna say some words that's gonna make him look bad. Maybe that motivates him, but it's the facts. You
mm,
can't be mad at the facts, bro. Like your son is not elite yet. And
yeah,
you can't be like mad if motherfuckers say that running up. But I'm like, damn. Like, first of all, you see how big LeBron is. That's what I like. Like LeBron is 6'8", like
mm,
240, 250 pounds. Look like he can't
yep.
walking around with like 9-10% body fat. And
I was
Stephen A,
about to say less than 5, but
yeah,
yeah,
and then now Stephen A is not a small man.
no, he's like 6'2",
Stephen
I
A is
think.
like 6'2", 6'3", you know what I mean? Like, so like, and it
Mm.
looked like Braun was like towering over that dude, just in his face. Like,
Yeah,
but
but
you ain't about to press me on my job, man. Like, I know Stephen A got a lot to protect, but me and Braun would have had to have a back alley conversation at the end of the game.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yo, meet me outside, Braun. We're not about to
and
fucking.
and for me, Stephen A hasn't been the worst critic. He's been very in the pocket with his criticism about Bronny. It's other
Oh yeah,
people like Gilbert
Gilbert,
Arenas
Arenas.
and
Gilbert Arenas been
oh,
going in.
oh my goodness, it's people like that that LeBron needs to step to. But then that's the thing. Stephen A was like, well, he got my number. He could call me. Listen, if somebody got beef with you, yeah, they could call you. But if they see you, why wait for a phone call when I could talk to you to your face? So, but I felt like it was misguided. People blew it out of proportion. You know, it is what it is. But Stephen A. wasn't the guy to really go at. But
I
sometimes you
know.
got to go at the head so the body could feel everything else. So
I mean,
everybody else, like Gilbert Arenas and all of them, like, look, if I could approach this dude, I'm gonna step to you too.
yo, Perk been talking shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of guys out there that have been talking a lot of shit about
Oh, Charles
Bronny.
Barkley.
Charles
Oh, Charles.
Barkley, but
Oh,
I feel like he kind of like picked Stephen A because he was the easiest. Stephen A not gonna give him a lot of static because Stephen A is basically the top of ESPN. That's a long
yeah.
mountain. That's a long mountain to fall off of for swinging on LeBron James
Hmm.
for acting like a dickhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bullies know who they can bully.
Yep. And well, like Stephen A. said in his response, he's like, "Look, it wasn't even a basketball player approaching me; it was a parent. So it was a parent coming to me as a parent. So in that context,
That's what
I
he was
see it.
supposed to say.
Yeah,
That's what he was
yeah,
supposed to say. I'm
yeah.
sure.
So so in that context, I'll give him that.
I'm sure the phone call went, motherfucker. If you ever walk up on me like this again, I will shoot you in your fucking face, dog.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jamaica Queens in the house.
Right? You know, he could have got real Queens on him. You know,
Uh-huh.
and you know, I've been to Akron. It's a it's a tough town, mostly because it's terrible. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Akron is depressing.
I really, and the other thing I thought in that moment is that I really wish MTV would bring back Celebrity Deathmatch,
Oh,
because
yes.
that shit would have been one of the illest celebrity death matches. Stephen A. Smith versus LeBron, and then LeBron rips Stephen A. Smith's head off and dunks it in a basket, dunks it like a basketball at the end.
Well, see, this is what happens before that happens. Stephen A is talking to him, and now he's getting memorized by everything Stephen A is saying. And then he's like, no, no, and then he grabs Stephen A and then rips his head off, like Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
shout
I
out to
can see
the
that.
shout out to the homie DJ Red, Mike in the building. He's in the chat on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We live on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and the bell. I always forget to say that shit in the beginning. Back real quick. Alex Ovechkin has 886 goals right now. The all-time record for goals is 894 by Wayne Gretzky. But that's he's at 1,600 points. Wayne Gretzky's points total is 2,857.
Yeah, talking about numbers that nobody's ever going to touch.
Wayne Gretzky has more assists than he does goals, and he owns both the goals and assist records. It's an untouchable record.
You know, that's like that's like who has the assist record? Stockton, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when people go to double team Stockton, he passes it off and that person scores. But if they don't double team him, he's scoring. Stockton's not that prolific, but still, it's like that.
Yeah.
You know? So when you go to double team him, he's getting into the open guy. When you lay back off him, he's scoring on you. It's like, yo, what the fuck we gonna do with this guy? You know, like how's he moving? Like how's he moving so well with these tight ass shorts? I swear you got a pair of them shorts.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, man. It's almost thighs out season. It's getting warmer.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting warmer here on the East Coast, baby. I'm doubling up on my leg days. You know what I mean?
I'm looking forward to mosquitoes more than I'm looking forward to that.
Man, I'm grabbing up all the fucking leg workouts that these chicks be doing online. I'm doing all them.
Oh god.
My thighs. Okay. I'm about to get those Saquon Barkley thighs.
Oh boy.
Shout out to Saquon for signing a $20 million a year contract. You know what I'm saying? Bringing relevancy back to the running back game. You know.
Yes.
And
I saw earlier today my Steelers traded for DK Metcalf and then re-signed him. Nice. The 5-year deal. So we finally got a wide receiver that we've been looking for the second wide receiver we've been looking for the past 2 years. Because Devontae Adams ended up signing with the Rams.
Yeah, Myles Garrett signed a hefty contract today to go back to the Browns.
After asking for a trade.
And they were like, it's like when you want to break up with your girl, and you're like, yo, it's over. And then she make you that real good like mac and cheese plate with the ribs and the chicken and all your favorite foods, and the cornbread is hitting. And you're like,
yeah, I don't know.
You know the way to my heart. And then you end up staying for a little while longer. Every time you fight, she cooks and then gives you the nasty sex. And you're like,
yeah, after a while, that's gonna run thin. I don't see him staying with that team for too long, though. To be very honest,
you know, Max Crosby re-signed with the Raiders. You know, and then the Lions are gonna release. Oh boy, now that Hutch is back, I think they should keep him. But you know, what's his name?
The dude that you just picked up too.
Yeah, for the
He'll come to you.
Don't do drugs, kids. That shit comes back and haunts you later on in life. But yeah, man, there's a lot going on in the sports world right now. You know, we're in the beginning of baseball season, and
March Madness is right around the corner.
March Madness is right around the corner. But before we get to March Madness, So back on an earlier episode,
Oh boy.
you and I had a discussion about my motherfucking Pistons, dog, and how they wasn't going to make the playoffs. And last night they beat another elite team. They beat the brakes off the Celtics. They beat Golden State last night.
Oh, okay. Are they elite?
I mean, yeah, man, they're still elite till they not. I mean, they're always a playoff team. They got Steph. As long as they got Steph, and now they got Jimmy buckets.
Yeah, that was a big pickup.
They're doing the damn thing. But yeah, shout out to the Pistons firmly with like 8 or 9 games left in playoff contention. They're in the 6th position.
And that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Nah, dog. You was like,
I said at best they could be a 6th seed. I could see them more as a playing team. Yeah, I said more as a playing team. And there's still time.
And I said they making the playoffs for sure. And I made the bet. I made the gamble bet on. I put a couple dollars on it, and you were like, "Don't do it, dog. That's a waste of your money." That's what you said. And now here we are, 9 games out, and they are exactly they're 1 game out of 1.5 games. Hold on, I'm looking at the standings. Give me a second.
All right,
they 2 games out of 4th.
All right, and I'll say this again. I said, well, look, based on what they've shown in the past, I see them at worst as a playing team, at best a 6th seed. I said that they had teams to jump over, which apparently they did because Atlanta's not doing that well. Orlando is teetering with some of the injuries that they had early in the season. I knew they was going to leapfrog Toronto. Toronto is not really worth mentioning, but there's a bunch of other teams that, like, I didn't think the 76ers were going to be this bad. Like, nobody did. But yeah, you knew they was going to be this bad.
Hell yeah, because I knew there's one of the teams that needed to be bad for the Pistons to make the playoffs, dog. I needed the Hawks to be bad. I needed the Heat to be bad. I needed fucking the Sixers to be bad. And the Pacers are sliding. Milwaukee's kind of holding on, but they can slip and slide too, dog. We out here. We got the young core, whole team's under 25 out here fucking running these boys out the gym.
But based on everything, right? Based on their past history, I was like, at worst, they're a playing team. At best, they're probably a 6th seed.
You see how he's spending it, y'all? You see how he's spending it?
I know. You could go back on the tape. You could go back on the tape.
I'm gonna go find the tape. I'm gonna try to find the tape before the playoffs, because I'm pretty sure we made a bet on that shit too.
I was like, based off the last 4 seasons, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, I'm not making that bet.
Yeah, that's right. You wouldn't make the bet with me because you were like, yeah, that's too easy. It's too easy for them not to make the. Yeah, see.
After 4 or 5 years of losing, I was like, I'm not making the bet.
Dog. They got a healthy Cade, a healthy Jaden, Duran, Ivy. All these guys are healthy now. They got a Sir Thompson, the better of the twins, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Playing really solid 2-way basketball right now.
Is he? I don't know. I got to look at the stats.
In my opinion, because he's on my team.
Yeah. They
both out there fucking doing work. It's like they out there doing work. Like, they might be the best twins to ever play. You think they're better than the Grants? Were the Grants twins, Horace and
Harvey?
And Harvey, were they twins? They were twins too, right?
I believe so. No, they had some other twins. Caleb and his brother, the Martins. One used to play for Miami. Now I think he's with Charlotte. I don't know where the other brother, but then they had the other 2 twins, the Morris twins, Marquise and Marcus.
Oh, that's right. They were twins too. So, so we do got some twins in the league that we have to see. One day we'll have to do that top five sports twins.
All right.
That could be a dope top 5.
All right. I like that one.
But yeah, shout out to the motherfucking Pistons doing the damn thing, man. Sports are exciting in Detroit when the Pistons are good. So
yeah. More them than the Lions or the Tigers?
Yeah, man.
The Red Wings. The Red Wings is old hat. They're just good.
Well, yeah, they're young now too, though. You know what I mean? They're kind of rebuilding. You know, like the
Mm,
teams in Detroit are young, good teams. Um,
mm.
where the Red Wings are 2, 3, 4. They're in fifth place
Oh, so they're still in the playoffs.
in the division. I think they're just outside a playoff spot though.
Oh
They
shit.
only they
Well,
only have
damn.
they only have 66 points.
God
Uh,
damn that Columbus team.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're in like ninth place overall. I think in the conference. So
Hockey doesn't have a plan, but they
yeah,
did have that ill ass tournament though.
yeah. Oh yeah, the Four Seasons tournament was super dope.
Yeah,
Um,
I actually watched the finals.
shout out to hockey doing mid season uh, all star type games better than everybody else.
Mm.
Because that all star basketball game was whack as fuck, son. Uh, I don't even want to talk about it. That's how whack it was.
Yeah. We'll skip over that.
We'll just skip over that shit because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
No need to. Like as much as they keep trying to tweak it, it's just getting worse. Like, but they did your style of tournament though. But you see, the thing with that style of tournament is like, look, I came to see the players play, and then like they lose in the first game, like first to 40.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the games have to be longer if they're going to do it that way. They got to go to like 75 or 80,
mm,
and they got to be less shit in between the games. Like they think they did too much in
well,
between the
cause
games, and like it
well,
was like,
cause it,
but it was like in between. It was like halftime. Like when they switched sides or whatever, they did like a fucking 15-minute halftime in the middle of the game, and then they did like
mm,
another 15 minutes. It was like a Kevin Hart show with
well, see,
TNT. That shit was just
well,
weird, man. It was weird.
well,
I didn't like it.
it was TNT's last All Star game, so for them it was like a farewell party,
Yeah, but
and
they could have
it
done
just
it
felt
better.
weird.
They
Yeah,
could
it
have done
felt
it better.
weird
It was weird.
because they had like two different halftimes, and like you said, it became like the Kevin Hart show where he was just there. I could understand if you did it before the game, after the game, or its own little section, but in the middle of the game, no. Like, no, that was just weird as fuck. It messed up the whole flow. Because when they did the math, they said it was only 40 minutes of actual basketball, and the whole telecast was like 3.5 hours long.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Um,
Yeah,
so NBA got to get it together. Um,
yeah,
shout out to hockey for doing it the right way. Yo, we
yeah.
actually kind of up against it right now. We've been catching y'all up on what we've been doing over the last month. So
Oh, damn.
we didn't really get into too much. You know what I mean, obviously Vladimir Trump has been doing his thing, but we'll talk about that later. But
Oh,
also we're gonna get to the top five. But go ahead.
before we even get to the top five, I wanted to give some rest in peace to a couple of people. First, there's Gene Hackman. Like his death, very weird, and I guess there's a lot of investigations going on with that one. Rest in peace to Angie Stone, who ended up passing away in a fatal car accident. Rest in peace to her. Roberta Flack is another one that passed away. Roy Ayers, my guy, he passed away recently. And somebody that's relatively close to me went to school with his sisters, knew him, knew his family. But rest in peace to Albert Whedon. Shout out to him, man. I don't know the whole circumstances of it all. Not gonna even if I did, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just gonna give my condolences to Albert and his family. Yeah, matter of fact, I think his mother was one of my teachers back in the day too. But shout out to him and his family. My deepest condolences to everybody that's affected by his passing.
Yeah, man,
So
that shit was crazy when I saw it. I was like, wow, we. Um,
yeah, and that's the thing. Like I didn't even talk about it, but yeah, I've started DJing again. Well, not again, but I started DJing live, and I actually sent him an invite to come out to the spot. So I understand why him and the people in his orbit didn't show up, but respectfully,
Yo,
you know.
shout out to Pete. You know what I mean, Pete's in
Oh
the chat.
yeah,
Yeah, man. He's hitting us up from some undisclosed location.
The bunker.
You know, he's abroad, handling business.
Yeah, shout out to Pete, man.
Shout out to Pete and the clandestine organization
Yeah,
he may or may not work for.
Yeah, get well soon, Simon. That's a little insider.
All right.
Yeah,
man. That Gene Hackman thing is weird because I guess he has Alzheimer's, and his wife died like 7 days before he did. But because he had Alzheimer's, he just didn't realize it, I guess. And then he died.
And then the dog was like locked up somewhere.
Yeah, super weird. A lot of we lost a lot of legends over the last week or so, especially Roy Ayers, like the Godfather of neo soul.
Hell yeah.
You know, and yeah, man, super. Like all of our like legendary singers and artists are like knocking off right now, and that's you know.
Yeah, it's tough.
We need to bring back real R&B too. By the way, we need more dudes doing R&B. I mean, get back into your R&B era, even if it's with the leather and the Tim's on. You know what I mean?
October London is that guy.
There's a few guys out there, but I remember when the music world used to be saturated with, you know, the Tanks, and the Tyreses and the Jodeci's and the, you know, I always like to throw that weird Devontae album out there just because Devontae was a genius, but the album was trash. In the Joes, but like Joe and Joe's the side piece anthem dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Even the Chems and all of them, man. Like,
yeah, man. There was a lot more dudes doing R&B, and it was good R&B. You know, shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the ladies still, you know, holding down the R&B mantle and shit. But we need some new youth to come in. You know what I mean? And do some R&B. Shout out to Tank though. Tank dropped the illest little EP the other day. It was pretty dope. I just wish he wouldn't take his shirt off all the time. I go see him. I just don't want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to go see oiled up Tank. You know, so
I want to see my tank on empty. No oil.
Wow.
Yeah. I know that was a stretch.
Wow. Yo, let's get into this top five. Let's get into this top five before we get any more dad jokes. It's Girl Scout cookie season. The evil Girl Scouts have been out peddling their wares. Shout out to my evil cookie dealer, Mike Allard. I don't even know how he gets Girl Scout cookies because his daughter is only like 2, but he got a Girl Scout cookie connect. And
he's part of the cartel, huh?
He's part of the cookie cartel. And
put a tariff on that shit.
Man, yo. First of all, let me just wax poetically about Girl Scout cookies.
Okay.
I've been buying Girl Scout cookies for what seems like a lot of years. We'll call it 27.
Okay.
We'll call it 27 years I've been buying Girl Scout cookies. Maybe a little earlier than that. My very first box of Girl Scout cookies I ever purchased from the evil Girl Scout cartel was $3.
Woo, you're aging yourself, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing. That's what I said. It's 27, at least 27 years ago. And you know, I've been hip to Girl Scout cookies since before then. You know, and Girl Scout cookies are not $3 anymore. Girl Scout cookies are more expensive than eggs right now, and
eggs was $10.
All right, well maybe they're not more expensive than eggs, but they're getting there. All I'm saying to the Girl Scout cookie cartel is like, listen, man, we don't gotta charge 30 a key for these Girl Scout cookies. You know, we can still charge $17.5 for the Girl Scout cookies. You know,
yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah, keep your fentanyl batches to yourself.
You know, we don't need a tariff on Girl Scout cookies. That's for sure. Because then I'll have to start robbing Girl Scouts. And
it's absolutely not.
It's not a good look. But anyway, we're gonna do our top 5 Girl Scout cookie flavors.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, I handed my mom a box of Thin Mints, and it was like handing her a gold brick. When I handed, she was like, "Oh my God, Girl Scout cookies!" But
I've never been that big into Girl Scout cookies. I'll eat them, but I'll
listen,
never buy them.
not everybody gets addicted to cocaine, baby. It's okay. Let us coke addicts have our coke.
Yeah, like my doctor used to say, "Don't try it because you might like it."
Man,
That was that was a drug talk.
oh, that
Yeah,
was a
don't
drug
try it because you. Yeah, don't try it because you might like it.
talk.
I was like, what? I was like, okay, all right. I see exactly what she meant.
All right.
Yeah.
So real quick,
So,
let's go down the list. My number 5 Girl Scout cookie is going to be tagalongs. You
which ones
know,
are the? See, I don't know the names. I just know the flavors.
let me bring them up. The tagalongs is like the I think that's the one that tastes like French toast. That might be one of the ones they
Oh, all right.
discontinuing.
With the frosting on the back end. All right, it's shaped like a little like a bread because I
Yeah.
think they all have like funny shapes.
Yeah, they all got distinct flavors and shapes and things. All
Mm.
right, so where we at? Let's pull up all the Girl Scout cookies. Go to Girl Scout.
Mm.
Oh man, get to the cookies, motherfucker. Oh, here we go.
They got to tell you the whole story, huh? Yeah, I remember back when I was in second grade, and man, fuck that shit. Just give me the fucking recipe.
Yo, shout out to Walgreens for having the fake Girl Scout cookies all year round. If you want fake Girl Scout cookies, all right. So the tagalongs, are they not called tagalongs anymore? Oh no, never mind. I'm lying. Tagalongs are not 5. Give me 1 second.
Wait,
Fifth,
what are tagalongs?
I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you because I got some.
Oh,
But
okay.
they have different names. Like
Okay.
some of the cookies got 2 names, and then it was brought to my attention today that there's 2 different kinds of Thin Mints. There's the Thin Mints
Really?
there's the Thin Mints that we have that got the chocolate coating on the top of the chocolate minty cookie, and then there's
Hmm.
like what I like to call the vegan California, more healthier, gluten free looking ass cookie, um, and that's the one without the frosting. So it just looks like a
Uh,
dry. It looks
uh,
like a dry cookie.
the type of shit that falls apart in your hands.
Yeah. So
Oh, shit.
fuck that having 2 different cookies. But anyway,
All right, so
number
number 5.
number 5 for me
Mhm.
is going to be the Adventurefuls, which is a newer cookie.
Oh,
It's a brownie inspired cookie, but it has caramel in the middle, like a
I
caramel.
haven't had that one.
Yeah, and then it looks like a fudge stripe cookie with a solid caramel center. Man,
Hmm.
shit is absolutely delicious. And then number 4 is going to be the peanut butter patties,
Mm.
aka the tagalongs. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
those are the tagalongs. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
these are
All
the
right.
tagalongs right here. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I'm letting y'all know my stash. Don't try to run up on me because I will shoot you in the face over some Girl Scout cookies. Uh,
Okay.
Number 3, number 3 on the list, is the classic Thin Mints, the good Thin Mints, not them whack ass healthy Thin Mints, as you can see, covered in chocolate on the shit. You know what I mean? It ain't the dry Thin Mint. It's the
Mm.
good Thin Mint. Put these in the fridge or the
Kind
freezer. Let them get cold. They taste like a York peppermint patty. You know what I'm saying?
taste. Yo, that cover looks like DEI. Let me lay off of that shit. Them people are stupid as fuck. But
Yo,
go ahead.
y'all need to fight DEI because if they take away the Girl Scouts, we ain't gonna have no motherfucking cookies. Although the Girl
You
Scouts
know,
are cartel, they ain't never going away. Because I'm
nah,
sure
but the Boy Scouts actually changed their name to Scouts of America.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure that Vladimir Trump likes cookies. Because
Mm.
he looked like the type that have a late night snack. Uh,
Okay.
I don't know what that was. Something just fell.
All right.
It's a ghost.
Then.
Number two on the
Mm-hmm.
list is used to be my favorite cookie, but it's been leapfrogged by what will be number 1, and that's
Mm.
Caramel Delights, also known
Oh
as
yeah.
the Samoas or the Jason Momoas, is what I like to
Mm-hmm.
call them. Super delicious caramel cookie. It looks like a fudge stripe with coconut on the top.
Mm.
Man, can't eat too many of those, but those taste good, nice and cold too. And
Wait, that's the one with the coconut, right?
yeah, so good, so good.
Mm.
And number one on the list, I'll be fucking these up every year. They call them the official name of them is the trefoil or the trefoil, but it's the
Uh,
shortbread, the iconic Girl Scout shortbread cookie. You know what I'm saying? And listen, me and shortbread cookies have a very special abusive relationship where I buy shortbread cookies and then I abuse them in my stomach like the Cookie Monster. Um,
okay.
and then I have to keep buying them because I eat the whole box in one sitting. I try to
Mm.
save those for last because by the time if I start with the shortbread cookies, then I'm just in a cookie K-hole. And
A
and
cookie.
and then I'm into bowling alleys and everywhere where the Girl Scouts are just selling their cookies, looking like smoky. Uh, talking about what you got on these Girl Scout cookies, yo. Um, so yeah, that's my top five.
All right. All right. So let me see. It seems like our palettes are somewhat similar, but slightly different because at number five, I only have the flavor. I don't know the names of them. So I had at number five, I had the shortbread. So those ones are my number five. My number four, I have as that's why I had to ask you. I guess is the caramel coconut ones. That's my number four. Number three, I have the Thin Mints. I didn't even know the vegan ones existed. Fuck them shits. Number two, I had the peanut butter cookies at number two. And my pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by a building, I had a lemon cookie at number one. Apparently, I have a lemon cookie thing, seeing that I make my lemon sugar cookies now. But lemon has always been my flavor.
So
So that
listen,
one, in short, is my pink cookies in a plastic bag.
nice. And the Girl Scouts, the Girl Scout cartel, the cookie cartel has two different kinds of lemon cookies. They got the
Oh,
lemonade,
okay.
they got the lemonades, which is
Ah,
like a shortbread cookie sandwich with like a lemon kind of frosting in the middle. Yeah,
yep.
those are
Those ones are
pretty.
good.
Those ones are good. And then there's a lemon up cookie, which is a crispy lemon cookie. They put
Shaped like a lemon,
yeah,
like a lemon slice.
they put little messages on them and shit,
Yeah,
inspiring messages. Uh,
yeah. Be best.
right, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, that's the top five, and that's gonna do it
Yes.
for the return episode of DJ Caveman and IronMonkey talking that shit. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Follow us on all the social medias. Shout out to everybody watching on the Facebook. Shout out
Oh
to
wait,
everybody watching.
I forgot to do my top five dance.
Damn. Next time. Next time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Shout out to everybody watching on Twitch. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Oh shit, there was some comments on Twitch. A couple people working. All right, cool. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And we'll
Yes.
catch y'all next time. Uh, it's not a samosa, Pete. It's a Samoa.
Yeah, some
A
samosas is
samosa is like a drink, ain't it? Ain't it like
no, that's mimosa. No, the
uh,
samosas is the Indian treat. I was actually thinking about making that with my Indian meal today too. But I was like, nah, that's way too advanced for my skills right now with Indian food.
Pete's not hip to the cookie to the Girl Scout cookie crack. Uh,
Hey, Pete, don't try it because you might like it.
Come on, yo, Pete, I got some cookies for you, dog. I'm
Don't
out
do
here.
it.
I'm out here
Don't do it, Pete.
helping people get their cookie habits. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Had Pete knocking at your door 2 o'clock in the morning with his sons in the car. Like, hey yo, my guy, I was just in the neighborhood. Yo, you live like 45 minutes away. How you just in the neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning with both your sons? Like, come on.
But it is Pete. You never know where Pete could be at in the world, man. He's like Pete San Diego. You never know. You never
Yeah.
know where he's at. Ladies, Pete's still single. You know, if you want an international man of
Mm-hmm.
mystery,
And a black belt.
and a black belt. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we should do like a yo Pete. Let us know if you want us to do like a date and pop the balloon situation for you. You know what I mean? If ladies is interested in Pete, we gotta we're gonna get Pete some buns. You know, we gotta figure out a cool name to call it. But Pete is single. He's out there. He's outside, ladies. You know what I'm saying? If you want yourself an international man of mystery, you know what I'm saying? Where you want to wonder where he's at, but you know he ain't cheating. You just don't know where he might be in the world. You know, saving lives and shit. You know what I'm
Nah, he
saying?
ain't out here karate chopping cooch.
Nah, nah, nah,
That's not
nah.
the black belt he's in. That's not the black belt.
Right. He's not handing out. He's not handing out personal servings of mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
He's judo punch.
You know, he's not parappa the rapping on the cooch. You know, he's out
Nah.
there. He's out there changing the world. So shout out to Pete.
Yes.
You know, shout out to the homie Saren and his wife Kim just turned 40. Went to the surprise party last night. But like every investigative wife, she already knew about that shit. But she had a good time, and it was a dope situation. And shout out to my nephew Legend, turned 8 today. He was part of my afternoon of day drinking. He had a little bowling party, but he was at the duck pen with the little balls. With all
you wasn't day drinking with him. You was just day drinking at the party.
No. We had a drink. It was Kool-Aid, but you know, we was day drinking.
All right. All right, sipping on that Kool-Aid. Okay.
We were sipping on that Kool-Aid, man. You know what I'm saying?
I make Kool-Aid for my family.
You know, well, shout out to
that's
Legend.
all I'm saying.
He's 8 now. It's my Pisces baby. You know, and you know, I don't want to call him my favorite nephew just because he's a Pisces, but
he's your favorite nephew named Legend.
He's
that's like my favorite uncle named Kurt. He's like, I'm your only uncle named Kurt, right? I'm like, that's why you're my favorite.
Right? All right. As my mom used to say all the time, you know, I'm her favorite son.
Well, yeah.
I'm also her only son. So
that part.
Shout out to Legend on his birthday, yo. We'll check y'all on the next birthday. Y'all be easy.
All right. Peace.